everyone, welcome back to another Vexus Violet video. The first prompt of this episode is going to be this selection of blocks. Okay, so here this is. I think this may be the biggest prompt I've made, like, up to now. I don't know if you count that one, because it was just like I was terraforming the ground much, but over here I've got actual buildings in it, so this might make it the biggest one ever. But basically, what I've got for this area is this big, like, mud area that's formed because there's this little thing over here, this waterfall thing, which has made lots of water pools and turned this area into mud. There's lots of flowers growing out of it too. And there's like a big wall back here, which like diverts the water away from the rest of the land, so it can be used for other things. This area's got lots of mud in it still, because I guess they couldn't fully divert the water or something. And there's a big, like, village on stilts here. I tried to keep everything in, like, warm tone colors, just because I feel like that would look nice. But probably the water is the only thing that isn't a warm tone. It's blue. And basically, this whole village is supposed to be called Weaver Town. And it's daytime, so most of them are going to be around here. All the villagers I just named Weavertown Resident because there's like 40 or 50 of them, and I really don't want to spend 2 hours giving each of them unique names. So I just called them all Weavertown Resident. And there's loads of houses and stuff all over the place. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them because there's so many of them, but they're all in, like, we've got a few of them have multiple rooms. They've all got like chests and stuff in them. They've got carpets and beds and stuff. And the villagers live in them. That's basically all there is to be said about the houses. They're golems, Weavertown guard golems, which roam the area and keep it safe. And these are actually all golems which spawn naturally. I just name tagged them after they did. And actually, I looked it up, and apparently the average village can only have 2 to 3 golems, and there's about 9 through here. So this whole area probably constitutes as 3 villages that have been stuck together, which is interesting to me. Because, yeah. There's also a few of these guys. Minecraft's version of Gutter Raccoon, which are foxes, which take care of random pests and things, which get in here through that, which I'll explain in a minute. This is just like the main building where all the looms are, because all the people here are they're shepherds. I think is the word for working with the loom and the sheep and stuff. And there's a big sheep pen over here with some grass and water and stuff, just to make it look like it could actually be a sheep pen. It probably wouldn't make sense to keep a bunch of sheep in a building, in real life at least. And over on this side of the prompts, it's got like this whole area was originally a savanna biome, but I've used commands to turn it into a crimson forest. Because if you jump down here, it actually does some interesting effects with the sky. Okay, it's supposed to do interesting effects with the sky. It's not doing it right now for some reason, but you can see all the particles and stuff that spawn in the biome, which I didn't have to use particle commands to do just because I've changed the biome to crimson forest, which is a cool little thing. What I've done is I've used red concrete powder all over the area, just looks like grass. I feel like that's an interesting looking grass color. And there's lots of red mushrooms and stuff, both the nether ones and the overworld ones. There's a ginormous spike pit, because, you know, this is supposed to be like an evil fortress or something. There's a evil dude that lives in there. So of course, you know, no villain there is complete without a horrible spike pit. So there you go, I guess. And here is the fortress thing. It's got like a drawbridge with it's supposed to look like, I don't know, evil drawbridge, lots of spikes and stuff. It's got like a big door here, lots of evil carpets. It's the evil butler cow. I guess I just took a bunch of mobs that spawned here naturally and turned them into part of the build. So there's a giant winding staircase going up through more rooms, more carpets and stuff. And you get up to here eventually to the main chamber, which has got like diamonds and gold and emeralds and amethyst and stuff. Because that's like, they've stolen all this or something. And there's like little rooms with, pigs, evil grunts, I guess. Here, evil minions, evil grunts. Over here, these guys are the evil cannoneers, which they're standing on a little contraption here that's hopper dispenser, and it's being powered on a clock. So whenever the chicken lays eggs, it'll go in there and it'll fire instantly. And some of them can get in the village here, and that's why there are foxes. The Minecraft raccoons, so the area doesn't get completely overrun with chickens. Yeah, they're on each of the corners is where they are. Go back in here. There's one other thing. Yep, over here. There's evil spies. I guess the donkeys work for the evil villain of the fortress, and they're like spies or something. This is supposed to be like a gate or something. I don't know what you would call it, but here is this dude, Cole, supposed to be the evil villain dude of the tower. He's got little pufferfish. They're the minions, special minions. They have little like tanks and stuff they can all wear, so they can, and weapons as well, I guess, so they can go through the gate and go out and like attack people or something. It's here, and this thing is here. It's like a special magical artifact, I guess, that maybe the villain uses to like get his power or magic or something. And that's what the top of the tower is. And here we have the second prompt, and here's where I'm gonna build it. And here it is. So this building, mainly made of acacia, as you can see. Lots of glass and trapdoors and stuff, meant to give it a very like airy feel. We go to the front here, the sign, River Pier and Library. So that's basically what this is. There's some banners and stuff. Look kind of interesting. I have no idea what they would symbolize in this world though. And here, you can see it right there. This whole area is, it's made of redstone stuff. And if you look over here, there's a cart that goes over detector rails and stuff. And it's not perfect because it has to go over power rails and stuff. So sometimes it'll skip a block. You can see it right there. But that's basically what this is. It's got one little bit of light that kind of trails around the whole area, which I think is kind of an interesting touch. Also, lots of bits of redstone around the place. And books, of course, because it's a library. Over here, there's just like a bunch of pots and things. And there's a few banners. You can look very closely, you can see a sort of a symbol there. And over here, we've got like flowers and candles and things in the pots. And here, it's the same, pretty much. And this way, there's gonna be like a little pathway, which this is supposed to be an uninhabited continent, but I figure like the very edge of it, there's gonna be pathway and lighting and stuff, just because the people living here wouldn't want wilderness right close to them. They would at least want there to be lights and stuff, a path in case you get lost out there. But that's basically what this is here. I did a bit of a gradient around here, kind of yellow to white. You can see it best right here. There's also a little pier down here, and you can see there's actually some like bubbles under the river here, and that's because when I was testing this out, I figured you'd go from the pier here, you take your boat, and you can pretty easily go down the little like miniature waterfalls here, and that's how you could get out to sea through that way. But if you're coming in from the sea and you want to dock here, you can't just go up them, because without the bubbles here, it pushes your boat to the bottom. And here, as you can see though, it goes straight up it when you have bubbles. It doesn't push you down into the water. So this way you can go upstream, literally, and go up to the pier here. And here we have the third prompt, which is going to be the last prompt of this episode. And here we are. Okay, so this one is a little weird. Might take me a little bit to explain, but basic premises of this is there's this big portal. It's like stuck into this mountain face, and it's a portal to like the honey dimension or something. So it's like pouring out honey, and it's going down into pipes and things which go into the ground and presumably other places. And on the ground here, this is like honey mixed with grass is what it's supposed to be, because it's like a bit of the honey has like spilled out from under here or something. It's like mixed with the grass and stuff, all sorts of stuff like that. There's a bunch of platforms right here, which is supposed to be like industrial area. So starting on this side, there's this little industrial complex. There's this portal thing here, which literally just connects to neighboring village. So I figure this area would need to connect with the rest of the continent somehow, so it's into this village here. And there's like an iron door and stuff to keep the villagers from wandering through and killing themselves in the industrial complex, because they do that sometimes, unfortunately. Up here, this is just a big lightning rod, because this only exists because there was a lightning storm while I was building this. I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool to have a lightning rod in this area, because that would be cool. So I built one, yeah. This is just supposed to be like controls for it down here as well. Also, all this carpet all over the place is just mainly just like to fill empty space, and also to like denote which leads where. Like over on this part, it's got the green and magenta leading over to here. This little like library with a lectern, which is, I don't know, a bunch of like manuals or something, or information about the honey portal and lightning rod and things like that. Down this little area is villager. I gave a name. Not gonna try and pronounce that. It's supposed to be like a little factory for those arrows. These are arrows of weakness, just because that was one of the prompt things. This is supposed to be another portal of sorts. Though this one's open to the air, and it's supposed to be like the skeleton dimension, where the skeletons fall out and they fall into this thing, which is supposed to look like it'll rotate and like chop the skeletons into bits and give out arrows and bones. It's raining, and it's no longer raining. And these pipes are supposed to look like they're connected to the like killing mechanism, and it's pumping out the arrows and bones and things. Over here, this guy is supposed to be like a potioner type dude. He's got a cauldron there, and brings sand and all sorts of stuff, and he's like making weakness potions to make the tipped arrows. Is what it's supposed to look like. I had to put barriers here, because if you can tell over here, there's a house there with a villager in it, and a house here with a villager in it, and these guys exist because I didn't put berries on it the first 2 times. I tried to put a villager on it, and they found ways to like fall off the platform and get onto the ground. And I didn't want to just kill them, so I gave them houses. Over on this side, this is like a parrot jam zone, because I got a music disc, big step, so I made a little jam area with parrots and skull sensors and stuff, so if you're running around dancing, it'll set off the skull sensors. There's also this thing, which is just like a crate of extra parrots, I guess. So they have extras in case they lose those ones. I don't know, I had to think really hard about what to do with the rest of this, until I eventually just decided to leave it as is. Maybe I'll come back and make it look better someday, but that's what it's going to stay as for now. There's also just a bunch of crates of honey all over the place, to add to the thematic value of it, I guess. Over here, there's a big wall here, which is just meant to mirror the one down there. There's like a sewer pipe thing, or just like a water pipe. It just goes into nowhere. It's meant to literally only look like water's coming out through there from unknown water system. Right down here is just a ladder up into this area, where it'll connect with the path that eventually connects up to the rest of the area over here. And that's the end of the episode, so thank you for watching. Bye.